I don't know why, but that just actually like kind of stressed me out the way you said it.
Why what stressed you out?
I'm going now. Oh God, am I ready?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, that's you catching the tail end of us just kind of scrambling to get things right in here. Computer wasn't exactly wanting to pull up good old OBS.
It was so
I
good.
think I've restarted it about 4 times. I don't know. There's some sort of stupid bug with OBS, at least on the Mac. Ever since I updated to the new operating system, it's just seemed to be more of a pain in the butt. Before I could just start it up and it's like ready to go.
My computer crashes every time I get out of Macy's.
Yeah, I think it's about time for some updates around here. But I think we got enough going on without worrying about that. Although it doesn't really help, does it?
Eric, yo!
Doesn't help the situation out.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't help the situation, but at the same time, neither does, like, you know, nice little bill from Best Buy.
Best Buy? I don't go to no Best Buy to buy a Macintosh.
I was just using a hypothetical. You know what I meant.
What's Best Buy anyways? Aren't they out of business?
No.
Didn't Amazon put them under?
No.
Like Toys R Us?
No.
Toys R Us is right
Toys
next
R Us
to...
flooded.
No, the whole chain is... It's just...
Oh, that's why it became
belly
Jeffrey's
up.
Bargain Bins for there for a while, and then now it's just sitting there, like, on its own, looking lonely.
Right. I think they're kind of redoing... I hadn't kept up with it, but I recall hearing something on the radio about how they're opening some stores, but they're not doing so well.
Well, it doesn't... Well, no crap. I mean, remember we went to get Madison's birthday present?
I do.
And it was those little unicorns. They're like, what, $20 a piece?
No, they're like 30 to 35.
Yeah. And Amazon, I found them again for the beach unicorns.
Yeah, like I said.
I found them for like 15 each.
Amazon.
So, yeah, Toys R Us is expensive, but it's so much fun to go into.
It is. Things are just different. For example, the kids wanting to watch people play video games, or
I used to do that in IKEA.
Watch them play with toys on YouTube.
Ugh.
I'll say that's one of the things about YouTube that has kind of changed things.
It annoys the snot out of me.
Because they can see all these toys and they're like, buy our toys, you know, just like, I mean, and they're making a living doing that. However, it's, you can't really go anywhere these days and just walk in and buy something. I mean, there's still places out there.
Target.
Mall. Walmart.
I don't want to go to the mall ever again in my life.
But just think about it, like all the little mom and pop shops, or even Toys R Us, which was a big chain. I don't think they're not doing so hot.
I think a lot of times, a lot of the fun in it, though, is actually taking the kid to the store, because
for the kids, but not
yeah.
for the parents. The parents are like, when are we gonna get out of here? I'm tired. All right, I'm tired of walking around.
I'm like, oh my god, look at this! Can I have it? No. Oh.
No, I enjoy going to the toy store as well, but in this good old fast-paced society that we work in or live in, I don't know. It just seems like it's really easy to. Okay, think about it. Think about Christmas and then Scarlett's birthday. Within the past 3 months, how much stuff have you bought off Amazon versus us going into the store?
To be fair, we bring your car here. I'm marooned because I can't drive stick.
Even if that were the case.
Well,
last minute, right?
Also to be fair, I really hate shopping.
There you go. And why do you hate shopping? Do you hate dealing with people?
I love people.
You hate to deal. Not that you don't love people. It's going to the store. There's the crowds. Is it? What is it?
I think it's the parking.
Well,
for me, okay, listen. Like I grew up in the or I lived in the Woodlands for most of my adult life, and then I don't know if you've ever been to the Woodlands Mall. There is zero parking, and you're sitting here like for hours just going around and around because you're too lazy to like walk across the street and go to the freaking cinema parking.
Yeah, but think about that. Like, those are other people that are out parking, and then so you're fighting other people to find a parking spot.
People are always meanest at Christmas too.
You go to the store and it's just, not that I'm saying it's like people per se, but it's just, I don't know. It's
parking.
It's a hassle.
It's the parking.
It's a hassle. And then
anyway,
you go and check out.
And then you get into the mall, and then you're lost.
And then there's some underpaid teenager checking you out. Beep beep. And
I thought you meant like the other kind of checkout. I was like, aw.
Oh yeah, the teenagers are checking you out, Shannon.
Anyways, okay, I'm gonna say a couple quick hellos and then we'll switch over, okay? Because it's 9:07 or 7:09, 7:07. I don't know where the 9 was coming from. Okay, so hey, Indigenous, hey Jurassic, hey Mark, Jason. You're not special. Everyone likes pizza except for Matt.
You
Mark
know what?
H,
That's
hi.
a lie.
Orange Star, hi.
I enjoy
Red
pizza.
Line, hey there. Tamara, hello.
Shannon's taken out the fun out of pizza because she throws in this, nothing's better than New York pizza, and pizza here in Texas is crap.
It is.
Because New York pizza, you're not even from New York.
I have had enough New York pizza. My family's from New York. I used to go to New York every year, and it was a big pizza was a big thing. Pizza was a very big thing. Me and my dad and Colin would just sit there and we would be like, are we going to order pizza yet? Are we going to order pizza yet? I used to order a pizza, let it cool, stuff it in a gallon Ziploc bag, and take it home with me.
You see, that's what I don't get, though, is I'm not from New York.
Jason agrees.
So I'm not from, well, good for y'all. Well, Jason's from New York, okay?
Oh, Tamara is Mrs. Wilson, and she says thank you. And let's kick it over, okay?
Well, hi, Tamara. Yes, let's kick it over. So that way we can, we'll continue this conversation about pizza.
We're not going to have it about pizza.
No, but I don't feel like I'm finished with this chat, though. I'm just... We're totally going to talk about screen printing here in a second. However,
Jason actually though agrees with me. He's like, she's not wrong.
Of course Jason agrees with you. He's in New York.
Yeah, so he knows. He's had New York pizza.
That would be like Jason arguing that Mexican food in New York is better than Tex-Mex.
Right. Hi, Ricardo.
You know what I mean? Hey, like that, to me, it's like, okay, I'd be like, I'd be like, that's fine. You got it. You can have the pizza. I'm cool with that. That's, I enjoy pizza. So Shannon is not speaking the truth. I enjoy pizza. I'm not a fan. You
like Domino's.
Here's the thing: is I'm a sauce dude, and New York pizza is mainly bread and some really greasy cheese. And then the next morning it's all over with. And I'm not going to go into too many details, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Like, it just...
All right.
Yep. And I'm not lactose intolerant here. It's just grease, man.
Jason, like, are you also one of those people, though? Because I know I am, because my family is... They say that the cheese is better in New York because of the water.
It's because of the sweat from the guy that's working over it.
Okay, so we've got Sunny. He's greeting. He's from Pakistan, living in China. That's a weird mix.
Well, I mean, I think that's cool.
I'm not saying it's not cool. It's just that's an interesting mix.
It is interesting.
Hi, Rybeats.
Very interesting.
Ricardo, yo. Am lovers Mexico. I do not habla inglés or habla español.
Are you? Is that what you're telling them, or is that what they're
Yeah, he
telling
asked
you?
Espanol.
Un poquito. Poquito. You know, I used to speak
None.
a lot more Spanish. I mean, I understand more than I can speak these days. I worked
Oh, it's
for
the
6
dough,
years.
not the cheese.
Yeah, Shanny. You see, you don't even know.
You hush your mouth.
You're like one of those people in Texas that's like Indianapolis Colts fan, and you have no idea why.
For the Colts.
Bingo. Yes, thank you. Anyhow, is it? Can we say it's safe to say we're finished with the pizza talk? I was just saying that I enjoy pizza, but I like sauce.
I just feel like this is like never it's a round and round and round argument that you and I are going to have for the rest of our lives. That I know at least we've had like 17 times already. So you know what? Yes, I am done for the pizza argument, the never-ending pizza argument. I'm done with it for the night.
I like the pizza argument though because it really gets under her skin when I tell her that New York pizza is. You
wouldn't know. You never had it.
Yeah, I have. I can go to the mall and have New York pizza.
Okay. We're done.
So I gotta go to New York. You know what? If I go to New York and have a piece of pizza, and
you're gonna say you hate it just to piss me off,
and I'm still disappointed.
Oh, you'll still
in the concept that is New York pizza. It doesn't. You don't like seafood, so what does it matter?
Because if I actually ate some seafood I liked, I would still tell you, not just like not like. Still stubbornly admit that or refuse to admit that I like it just to piss you off. You, sir, I know for a fact, even if you like it, you will not tell me so.
I already know.
Probably because you think it's hilarious.
It's fine. It's like kind of like you like your TV dinners occasionally, and I'm just kind of like
dinner. It's a freaking lean cuisine.
I'm just kind of like No, like the what is it, the vegetarian chicken patties. I'm like, it's fine.
What's wrong with vegetarian chicken patties?
Nothing.
Well, there we go. Okay, can we actually talk about screen printing? I like for
remember that time,
I actually forgot that we were on air. I'm just like
the conveyor dryer when we ran a New York pizza through it. I thought it made it taste better.
Screen printing. All right, guys. I am taking the initiative, and I am going to.
Anyways,
change the subject.
How long did that go on for? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Thanks, Shannon. It's all your fault. I'm just kidding. But hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah. So for one, I think aside from us being us, one of the things we wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys have seen the video Sunday that I uploaded. Basically, long story short, if you already seen the video, our son got sick, Shannon got sick, I got sick. That was a whole week span worth of not feeling good. I still don't feel 100%. Shannon, she might start coughing up a lung here in a minute.
I had the flu.
She's got a lingering cough. She was. I'll let you tell them in your own words because I've expressed in my own words like what was going on and just being behind on everything. Like we're supposed to have an order done tonight, or it's supposed to be done last week, but we just wrapped up a big deal, and then stupid dog. I had to go get him.
Yeah, so anyways, last week was kind of a week from hell. Anyways,
yes.
Because something I've learned, Matt really doesn't do well if I'm not around to help. So, well, I mean, okay, look, when you have to hire somebody on, to help out because I'm
new help. Of course not. If I have to throw new help into the mix,
but you get flustered though too. I'm a comfort.
Okay, so I'm going to say.
All right, fine. You talk.
Go ahead. All I was going to say is the fact.
Really?
Okay, go ahead and say what you're going to say, and then I'll say what it is I was going to say.
I don't even remember.
I remember what I was going to say. Okay, so with you being down, one of the many things that you help with is answering the phone, emails, and all that, so I can concentrate on production. All I can do with answering phones and emails is bring more work in and bring more of a problem in, and then there's clients that come in as well, and it's like production is at a standstill. I can continue to bring more work, deal with people, anybody that walks in, but it doesn't get us anywhere. It's like, sure, yeah, come on. We'll do when do you want your order done? In 5 days? Oh, yeah. And like,
well, yeah, that's like also a thing. I think you're like, you're too quick to say, yeah, we can make it happen in that amount of time.
We can at times.
At
Just
times.
not right now.
At times.
Not right now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've turned down lots of stuff because we need to find some more help so we can take that stuff in. There she goes. With the anyways, the point is, even like getting someone in here to help pick up some of the slack, that's like still time that takes away from me until they're on board. And
also, you and I just have a good flow rhythm.
We do, but that's not the. I mean, even between the two of us, there's only so much that we can do.
Yeah.
Whether our flow rhythm's great or not.
Why does it sound dirty when you say it?
I don't know. Why are you making it dirty? Anyhow, the point is like the fact that with even the two of us, there's only so much that the two of us can do, and we're like artwork that I'm behind on. We're literally outsourcing that stuff at the moment until we get caught up or until we can figure out a situation. With this being February, if that's a good indication of how this year goes, I mean, we got to do something to. It's either that or start turning people down, and that's not what we want to do.
It was just a temporary little setback because I'm not gonna lie, I was running like 102-degree fever. Matt's
temporary. We're out for a week.
Matt still drags my ass to the office, and he's like, I'm like, why am I coming? And he's just like, because I need answers. And so like I'm sitting there laying on the bed. I grab a pillow, I grab a blanket, and I'm snuggled up on the futon, and I'm not sleeping. I am just in a daze because I am like my fever is so high, and I'm just like,
Actually,
and you just hear tap tap tap. Hey, where do we order this from? Hey, what kind of shirts were these? Hey, and I'm just like, you're making my head hurt more.
Yeah.
And the compressor, the stupid freaking compressor. It just, and I'm like,
I'm gonna say that I'm putting a system into place so that way I don't have to ask you these things, so anybody can walk in and take a look at something and know exactly where things are at, towards where you can put notes. I don't care if we have to end up start paying for Printavo. Not that there's anything wrong with Printavo. It's like we just need, aside from things staying up here, if you're down for 4 days, or if I'm down and we need to have someone come in here and pick up the slack, then that's just what we're going to have to do. Like, we can't just let stuff just fall flat on its face and then end up pissing everybody off.
I think this is but I think that's a discussion that you and I need to have, like, not while we're on the air, because I feel myself getting like kind of defensive about it, because I actually do put a pretty detailed description into all the invoices about the numbers and stuff, and I feel like, if you know me well enough, most likely you're going to be looking, if you want to know where I'm getting a shirt from, most likely I'm going to be getting it from SNS.
No, I know that. That's not the issue.
But I describe everything in the invoices. I do think we need to be find a way to be more aware of due dates, though.
But the thing is like, okay, where are we? I mean, aside from the two of us communicating, like, if one of us is out of the loop, and instead of dragging you up here, so to speak, then I'm like, oh, okay, this is in this status. I know the shirts are here. We've already done this. Or if I'm out, whether a proof or separations or screens already, like I think that would be beneficial to like just kind of make things run a little smoother.
Well,
damn it, Cam!
I was about to ask about that.
If you're not gonna do your shop software anytime soon, I'm tired of waiting. You know what? Printavo's offered me a deal. If I make some videos for them, they're hooking me up some. I'm not gonna say. They're not hooking me up with software, but
they're not.
No, they were gonna pay me for videos.
Yeah, but I thought the software was gonna be part of the because you have to give like it's gonna be tutorials. No. How the shit do you give a tutorial if you don't have the software to show?
He's like, buy the software and do videos for us, and I'll pay you for the videos.
Oh, I guess that.
If I do enough videos, and well, I mean, they're wanting to pay a couple $100 per video. You know, I'll say that at the point where the channel's at now, it's starting to earn a little bit of money, but it's. You know, I do it because I enjoy it, not because it's like, oh, I need to make X amount of money doing this. However, the focus, all that aside, what I'm saying is that having some sort of system in place, whatever software, whatever the case may be, you know, something to just. I think we need to consider that, even if it's costing us $150 a month, that probably will at least, you know, what's $150 a month to us? Like a few hours worth of time?
Couple bottles of booze.
Couple of bottles of booze. The booze you buy is not that expensive. That's like
I didn't want to say the actual amount of bottles.
That's
of booze
like a case.
Yeah, okay, a case. But you know, it's gonna be up to you, honestly, because I'm the one in front of the computer all day, and except for due dates, I know I just know it.
Yeah, but think about this though. Like, you're the one in front of the computer most of the time, and don't get me wrong, I'm monitoring what's going on, checking emails, make sure nothing's missed, and we have our system outside, our little bin system. We print out our job tickets and all that. That's very helpful.
Sorry.
It's helpful. However, if we pull one of those out, if one of the kids were just to come up and go with all the job tickets and do one of these numbers, where are we at?
How long has it been sitting on the floor?
Bingo. Where are we at with this?
Okay, so hi Russell. Hey Uproar. Jason.
Hey, what's up, Uproar?
Jason wants to know what happened to Panda. Screen Princess's Doe's Dog Strikes Again. You always come, he's always like drugged up the days that we put him on here.
Panda's still around. He just okay. So the thing with Panda is, friend. I met him through playing music. Became a good friend. He thought what we're doing here is cool.
Guys, don't hire your friends.
We hire. There's nothing wrong with that. Just gonna make sure everybody's on the same page. So later in the year, we're busy and we're hiring him on part-time. I've actually had him come in. I've had him come in, do some screens. The past couple months, I'd say late December all through January, we hadn't really needed him because it had been slow. We handled things ourselves. And so now that things are picking back up, I've had him come in, and it's kind of like, I forgot how to do this. And there's still a lot of training that needs to be done. And it's also kind of like his thing, his focus is his music. So he's coming in, he wants to make money, training him. We all enjoy being around one another. the reason I had brought Marie on, he got sick as well. He came in and reclaimed screens. I don't know how the boy manages to do this, but he's turned everything green out in the shop
My
from
apron's green.
reclaiming screens.
Yeah, he's decided to claim my my apron as his own for use, and it was the first thing I ever printed. I did it like right when Matt and I started dating, and I was so proud of it, and it was awesome. Matt was taking secret pictures of me from behind the door, which is creepy, and I was really mad at him.
Yeah, because you're like, don't film me, don't.
Yeah, this whole not on camera thing, not a new thing.
You have to understand that you've made it weird. Like, just.
Well, you know what? It is what it is now. Anyways, so Panda comes in. He decides, hey, can I use that apron? I'm like, yeah, sure. And he comes back, and it's just covered in just this green film. And I actually sent it home with him. I was like, tell your mother to wash this.
Somehow, okay, so nothing's happened to Panda. He's come in. He got sick from reclaiming screens.
He claims.
He's a messy worker. He gets door prints all over, fingerprints all over the door. Come and sits on the floor and grabs a hold of the. We love you, Panda. If you're watching,
he's not.
He doesn't care.
He does not care.
And that's another thing. Is, I mean, he wants to make money. He's about to be a father, and it's just really not his focus. And so he came in. Water splashes all over him. I was pointing out to Shannon, I'm like, look, my apron's dry. I don't have ink all over myself. I use gloves. He's like, Panda's like, why'd you get the gloves? So you're not getting ink all over your hands, for one. You're not putting your hands all over everything. And then, I don't know. It always looks like he's just taken the water hose and showered himself. And then the whole entire floor is soaking wet. And then he came in, what day was that? Like Tuesday or Wednesday?
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday. He came in, and then... No, it was Tuesday, because I asked him to come in Wednesday. I asked him to come in Wednesday, and I texted him. I'm like, hey, can you come in today? I didn't hear anything until about 1 o'clock. He's like, hey, I just woke up and I'm feeling sick. I already wasn't feeling sick. I think all the cold water and whatnot got me sick, which is understandable.
He also touched the doorknobs that I touched.
However, he had to be at his practice for his band at 7 o'clock. And then the next day, it's just kind of like he just left me hanging when I was kind of depending on him, and Shannon being down. At that point, I was like, screw it. I've got other numbers in my phone. Called Maria up. She came in and knew exactly what she was doing. But at that point, I caught the flu by then, and she has a part-time job, which is her main priority. They've got her on part-time because they're slow right now because of a change of ownership. And she can't leave work until 3, come in at 3:30. By that time, I had already printed 500 shirts, the front of 500 shirts by myself, stacked half of them, and I was like, oh, she's going to be here soon. So what fell into the catch bin, I just started dumping in the boxes. I was like, she can come in and stack them and help me catch up with that while I break down the press and set up the back side of the shirt. And by that time, she comes in, helps out, finds some little pinholes, blowing it out. I'm setting up the press. I had to redo one of the screens and all that, and it started really hitting me hard. That and the ink just didn't want to flow through the press because it's like 40-something degrees out there. And one of the other issues we had was because it was so cold outside, which is one of the topics of what we want to talk about tonight, is like for us, we have a warehouse where it's hot during the summer, which I'm cool with. The cold weather, however, has affected us quite a bit. Like the dryer temperatures aren't consistent. from 0 to 100. I generally run it at about 35. Was running the shirts through, slowed it down a little bit, still wasn't carrying it enough. Took my temp gun and I was like, oh, that's fine. Did a little stretch test and they cracked. And luckily, Maria was the one that caught that, because the first shirts that were coming out were fine, but later down the road, the temperatures dropped in the shop, and as it started getting darker, and uh, let's just say we had to re-cure those, slow that thing about half the speed I was running it to. I had to slow it down to 20, and that was a real pain in the butt. Last night, Shannon and I were here at the shop again, and we had to run all those shirts back through the dryer slowly, and it so the weather not only affected our cure temps, it's affected how well the ink had been flowing through the mesh, in particular our white ink. So I hadn't bought reducer I don't know how long, but I broke down. I was like, we got to do something, because we got to get this work done. And I mean, these prints were just, I think, we had to repurchase 16 long sleeve shirts. This is about $100. Just, I'm like, oh, Maria was here. She was like, well, maybe if we start printing some of them, which sometimes is the case, you start printing and things start flowing out better. And there might be one or the first couple shirts might need a little heat pressing or something like that, just kind of get rid of some of the fibrillation. And because this was a 6-color job, I couldn't use a flattening screen. Even using the flattening screen today, we still had some fibrillation.
Yeah,
issues.
I was actually
it got
wondering.
better.
I was wondering if you were using it, because they would come down and I'm like, this looks lumpy.
Yeah. And it's just because, like, yesterday and the day before, the temps were great. The press was acting better. Even the temperatures that were affecting the press, because it's pneumatic, and so all these little hoses and whatnot contract,
Right.
and
And
it's affected everything.
yeah,
Us personally, or like health wise, and then production.
yeah.
So
And guys, quick pro tip though, like speaking of the fibrillation and everything, if you have one and your print's coming out and you don't have a flattening screen or anything like that, a quick solution for that, if you have one, is to actually put it in the heat press.
yes, with parchment paper, right, Shannon? Unless you want the shiny look.
Yeah. That was just like a little, little hack if you have it and you just weren't aware of it. Anyway, so hi Eddie. Hey Greg. Hi.
Nice pro tip,
Frank.
Shannon.
What?
That's a nice pro tip.
Thank you. I got praised. Tiny Juice.
Yeah, I did praise you.
Tiny Juice. Which ink do I buy to start off with?
Which ink? I'd say by brand wise. I mean, there's a lot of good brands out there. I think that it's just up to preference. If money's an issue and you're like trying to keep your expenses down, then go with the house brand. That, like, say for instance, GSG's house brand's pretty good. Trying to think of some others. I mean, I like the white. I like to use Wilflex Epic Amazing Bright White. You have to buy it by the gallon. Wilflex is a pretty good one. Union Ink's pretty good. Rutland's pretty good one as well. But I don't know. I mean, sometimes, like, I've been on a Wilflex kick, have tried Rutland, have been impressed. However, there's some types of ink I like more so than other. Like there's your cottons, your low bleed, your poly inks. I can't stand Rutland's polyester ink. That was the one where we're doing the job which we'll never speak of again.
Oh God, I still
Where-
have nightmares about that job. I do.
Where the man that even with the 110, that ink just would not go through the mesh, and that was the polyester ink. I was talking with Uproar, and I was like, I think I showed him some of the ink in the garbage can. I was like, man, this stuff is just thick, and here we are a year later. It's Play-Doh, garbage. Same thing with with Fusion 180's ink. Like after a little bit, like it just goes bad.
Yeah,
And if you don't use it quick enough, then and that might be the case with a lot of inks. I don't know. Like I know for a fact, like GSG StarTex brand, I've had a gallon of royal blue ink for almost 5 years. I think 5 years. Stuff was still fine, although it's royal blue. The royal blue ink is runnier than other inks, so I don't know. I just experiment with it. I mean, those are inks that we use, and there's no right or wrong. See what works well for you, I think, is what you should do. Try something out.
All right. Well, Jason says he's always in the cold. So he has a small space.
Hey, how you liking New York? I couldn't do that. Like I would just be pissed off year round. Go ahead, Chad.
Something new and different.
Shut up.
Okay.
Whatever, Miss Grumpy Pants.
Only in the morning. Anyways,
Whatever.
I wasn't finished with what Jason was saying. You're ignoring Jason now.
No, I'm not. Jason knows I don't ignore him.
Okay, so he's always in the cold. He got a small space heater, and now he doesn't notice anything different from midsummer. And Jason, you know what?
Oh, really?
Yeah, for our drying cabinet, in the cold weather, it takes about 2 days for the screens to actually completely dry. And then Matt had this ingenious idea. He takes our toaster and he shoves it in there with it.
Not like a bread toaster. It's the little toaster that we bought for the office just for heating food up or cooking food while we're here so we don't have to leave. And I got tired of it taking 2 days for the screens to dry or the emulsion take an entire day. I'm like, I'm going to see how this toaster does inside this little toaster oven. So I took it, I put it in there with the bathroom fart fan going. I was like, okay, it was making things dry quicker. And I just turned the fart fan off altogether and left the oven on just the whole night. I kept an eye on it for the first 20-30 minutes before we left the shop. I'm like, I think it'll be fine. Left it on. Now it works just like one of those drying cabinets that have heat in it. It gets probably around 100 degrees in there. It works pretty well. A little $25 oven. I got to leave about 3 screens out of the cabinet though for it to work. But yeah, that's been one of those little kind of. I kept thinking to myself, what could we use? I think we talked about it before.
We did. I think I might have mentioned the oven.
You think you mentioned that particular oven?
I think I did. I think you weren't listening.
No, I was probably like, it's gonna burn it down.
Yeah, probably, but that's what you went with. But I'm pretty sure I actually suggested. So I probably subliminally implanted that in your mind. You're welcome. So we've got questions.
I got answers, I hope.
R wants to know, he says, what about discharge? Is that stuff are you listening?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, I snorted. Yes, please go ahead.
R wants to know, he says, what about discharge? Is that stuff too toxic to use a lot? Oh, I think they're talking about ink.
Yeah, discharge ink. Discharge is known to have, what's it called? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Is it called phthalates or there's something in it?
Sorry. Screen prints is just called uproar downgrowl.
But yeah, my understanding is that discharge ink does have some chemicals in it which aren't great for you. I can't necessarily say that. Okay, there's the soy-based chemicals for removing emulsions and cleaning up ink and all that. Things have definitely gotten a lot better, user-friendly, health-wise and all that. They're not too terrible, but just take caution. Use a breathing apparatus, gloves, whatever the case is, and you'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, discharge, if you're in a place that's not well ventilated, then yeah, I could see it after long-term exposure causing some sort of issues. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and guys, especially like just from my end of it, I'm normally the one that's in charge of blowouts. Guys, be so freaking careful with that fluid. I've gotten chemical burns. It's gotten into my eye. I pierced, like, because like when I first started, I pierced a hole in my hand, in my finger, and I washed it and everything. But then a couple days later, it's swollen. It's just angry, and it got infected. But basically, the chemical burns are the worst part of it. So yeah, make sure you guys are using gloves, especially goggles, something around your mouth, because if you were going through more than just a couple like tiny little pinholes, it'll make you really, really sick.
Yeah, we recently, after I'd got gallstones and pancreatitis, like it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, it freaked the hypochondriac out, so that was like, a double hit right there.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that. Yeah, just be careful. We got some better, what's it called?
I look like a Martian when I put my stuff on.
We got some respirators for both the washout booth station and then where we do our little blowouts with our blowout gun. Got some industrial kind of, they almost look like dishwashing gloves, but they're black and they're made for handling chemicals and all that for us to wear while we're doing blowouts, and goggles and all that stuff. So we've stepped that up. And I remember Panda was like, "Why do you have all this stuff?" And the Tuesday,
trying not to get cancer at 50.
The Tuesday that he came in, I was like, "It's so you're not getting stuff in your eyes, you're not breathing crap in, and we got gloves, dude, so you're not getting ink all over your hands, and so you're not getting ink all over the place." And so he starts blowing.
Stop sitting on our futon.
Yeah, I mean, just stain stuff up. Anyhow, we love you, Panda.
Love you.
But he started blowing out some screens, and a piece of white ink flew in his eyeball, and he comes in and he goes,
"Oh."
He's like, "Just after you told me to put on the gloves, or excuse me, the goggles, and I didn't.
I'll be back, guys.
A piece of ink flew in my eye." I was like, "Dude, I told you, man, just put that stuff on. That's why we got it, and we don't want you to get hurt, and also, that we got that stuff for a reason." So I don't know. I've gone years without using that kind of stuff, and I regret it, and so now we're using it more often now. So all right, so I'm gonna go over to the chat. Shannon's taking a phone call real quick. I don't recall what the last thing Shannon read was. Hopefully my chat this time is like on par. Let's see. It turned into yep. Ink did turn into the drywall putty, that's for sure. Where do you get your screens at, or do you make them yourself? We definitely do not make the screens ourselves. In the beginning of my screen printing career, when I was living in Sugar Land, I had got them from Lee's Screen Print Supply, McBee Supply, GSG, Catspit Productions. I've gotten a lot of stuff from him, and as the years have gone by and little holes have, eventually you're gonna mess up some screens. I would just take those frames and then have them remeshed at either Lee's Screen Supply or GSG. GSG tends to be a little easier because they have them ready to go and we can just trade them in. If you're very particular about having your same frames, I'd find someone that could remesh them for you. But screen's a screen. I'll tell you that manual screen printers really work over the frame somehow. I'm not sure. Like just over clamping them and all that. So no, we do not make them ourselves, Timothy. So I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be against it, but I mean, unless you've got a shop where you can fabricate screens, or I mean, you can make them out of wood or aluminum, but you need a screen remesher, like a stretching device, is a tool where you can do multiple screens at once. I think they do about 4 at once, and you have to have the kind of epoxy glue and all that stuff. Let's see what else. Jason ends. I have the Vastex Dry Vault. Takes 30 minutes in winter and 20 minutes in summer. And that's awesome. In the summertime, it takes about 15 minutes because it's so hot out there that I don't even have to use anything. I just turn the air on and stick the screens in there. 15 minutes later, they're ready to go to be coated. Down growl. Okay. Shannon mentioned that.
All right.
Need heat and air movement.
Okay, so have you touched on any of the questions? Because there's like a long list of them.
Yeah. There was the where do you get your screens at, or do you make them?
Yeah, but there was one before that. Kevin.
Oh, is there one before that? Kevin? Let's see.
Kevin had a question about
we bought an old Challenger. Okay. Go ahead, Shannon. Read it off.
I can't find it. Go for it.
What was it about the Challenger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kevin Bays says we bought a old Challenger and it died on us last week. At this point we are over older autos. We are looking at a new Freedom Express. Did you look at them? Thoughts? Yeah, I had looked at them and actually got pricing for a Freedom Express. I think they're great machines for what they are, for an entry-level press, and the tablet system is really cool. It's got a chopper system on it and everything. I will say that compared to our older press versus the new one, like this one seems really solid, and then the newer Freedom press, I can tell where they've kind of cut back on some of the metal. I don't know. It does seem a little flimsier. However, they're pretty smart guys over there, and I'm sure they've cut it in the right places, and I'm sure it holds registration just fine. My only concern with that Freedom Express, the new one, is the fact that it will only take 20 by 24 or 20 by 28 screens. Like, you can't put traditional automatic screens in there, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you're limited to a 15 by 15 print. Like, one of the things I was excited about with this press is we could do a 16 by 18 print. And however, most of the prints that we do, I mean, they don't get much bigger than 15 inches tall. There's a lot of times that they do fall within that 15 by 15 range, but it's occasionally that it's a little bigger than that. It just depends on your client's needs, really. But I think they're great presses. They're a little smaller too, so I wouldn't be hesitant to buy one. I truly considered getting one of those. Just I don't know. We played it on the safer side instead of buying a machine for $36,000. We went the used route and knew what was going to come along with getting a used press. However, a new Freedom Express, I don't think it's a bad way to go. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts on it. Shannon, what else do we have here?
Well, we've got Greenheart. It says he's new to the business. Love your channel. Wish you all the best. And the picture of a pony. Hi, Levite.
Thanks, Greenheart.
Levite. I think I always fuck this one up. Madison Smith. That's our daughter's name. Not Smith, though.
Madison Smith. Let's see.
Says you're going to use cam software. She's pretty stoked about it.
I want to and have.
Oh,
what is it?
Go on.
That's cool. No, yeah, I'm just like everybody else, just waiting for it to come out, and it's not. He's the people he has working on it. I'm sure they're working on it as fast as they can. I don't know all the details on the back end, but I know he's ready for it to be finished. But it's a project. I mean,
Levite. Okay.
Developing some software like that takes some time, and so
thank you.
I don't know. I've been waiting, and Cam and I, we've talked, and he had mentioned a few. We talked about a few things, and that I can't necessarily reveal here, but I'm waiting, and I thought we'd be able to wait it out, but I don't know. I might have to pull the trigger on something if he doesn't. Printavo, I might consider that again. I don't know. Hurry up already.
I don't know. I don't really like the idea of them still making you pay for it. Okay.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. However, them offering $200 a video, and I told him, I was like, because initially I was like $300 a video, and Bruce replied, "How about 200? That would be more in our."
Bruce.
Bruce is cool. He's cool. I mean, Printavo.
I'm just like, no, it's just the name, Bruce.
Yeah. I think Bruce is a good name.
That's because he had a dog that named that.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne. That was his full name. Anyhow, I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, the point is
you guys.
We might be revisiting Printavo again, and been waiting for Cam stuff to come out. I think he mentioned it was September of last year, and it hadn't happened since, which isn't a big deal. But I know what I was building up to was the fact that like now it's getting to the point towards where we have so many orders that to have something in place now until it. Until it does come out. until it does come out. I might go with Printavo.
I'm done.
Are you good? You
Yes.
might have to go outside there for a second.
He's kicking me off my own show, guys.
Your own show. Welcome, co-host. Anyways. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know, but I'm getting. I don't know. I come out with it already. That's it. Release it.
All right. So Eddie Jr. Did we talk about the new press yet? Which time? We've talked about that new press so many times.
No, they're talking about.
Oh, that.
I believe if you're talking about the video I uploaded, I believe I got it up Saturday.
Well, guys, if you didn't see it, we have some news.
Well, I'm gonna reveal what press I got on a video,
that's fine,
so I don't know
fine,
what.
We sold the manual. We sold the manual.
Yes, definitely did. Speaking of, I need to take that list down.
Yeah.
And it's not. I love that press. Don't get me wrong. I would have kept it if um we had more space, but we really need some sort of live screen printing setup, and um I just knew that press would be sitting up for a few years, and I'd rather get it into the hands of someone that can put it to use. And um, we are essentially taking that money and reinvesting into the other things, like the live screen printing setup that we're getting, which really is just a 4-color one station press, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited about the press, and we'll show you which one it is. We plan on setting that up in the shop, and then breaking it down when we do some live screen printing stuff. We got some stuff set up, and so I think it'll be perfect. Perfect. I think it'll be absolutely perfect. I'm excited about it, and to be honest, it's the first new press aside from the 1-color one station wooden press that I made myself. It's the first new press, and it's that's all I'm gonna say. I think that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna start giving away too much.
All right, so Mark wants to know if we just do shirts, do we do hats, business cards, stuff like that?
Shannon, do you want to answer this one?
That's fine.
Well,
I just think
you don't want to talk about it.
I take the reins when it's a question about the back end, but yeah, I can answer it. But yes, we do.
No, I answer the questions about the back end around here.
Anyway, so yes, we do. Okay, let me clarify though. We provide them.
We don't print them in-house. We outsource. Okay, so the business cards, embroidery. What we do in-house is screen printing. Come on, get on it, Shannon. Why would you
offer me to let me answer and then you just take over?
I'm sorry, Shannon.
No. It's your show now.
Please go ahead and answer. What do you mean?
I'm going to go outside in the shop and cough.
It's always been my show, but go ahead and take over there, Shannon.
I thought it was ours.
It is ours. However, I want you to answer and kind of take the reins on this one.
Oh no, I'm just gonna go.
What are you looking at there? Never mind.
Porn. Yes. Well, to clarify though, we provide them to our clients. We outsource most of it. We could print on the hats if they're foam trucker hats, and we're more than willing to do that. But a lot of times what people want is embroidery on the hats, and we outsource that. And I was telling Uproar when he came to visit, we don't actually call it outsourcing though. We say we contact one of our sister facilities. And we do the same with the business cards. We can design the business card, but the actual printing of them, yeah, we ship all that out, mark it up a little bit, and then have it sent to us, and then they come grab it. So yeah, that's pretty much what we do. And we're done. Get off the couch.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just to elaborate on that a little more. Yeah, so how we get paid doing that kind of work, and there's a lot of businesses that do that solely. There's this place that we use called fourover.com. They do business cards, magnets, signs, banners. They do a whole bunch of things, and how we end up making money on that stuff is essentially we're marking that up just a little bit. They're a business to business kind of wholesaler type of service. It blows Vistaprint. It blows Vistaprint out the water. Their quality is so much better. I've compared them side by side. They're less. They cost less than Vistaprint, and how we end up making money off of that is basically charging for our time to design something. So if someone wants some business cards and they're like, hey, I already have the design ready to go, and all I have to do is upload the art, submit it, they ship it to us, and they blind ship it. We just kind of factor in our time for that. So if there's a project that takes me 3 hours, we charge our hourly rate to submit it, get it. There is a little bit more of a risk in the sense that if you mess something up, then sometimes you can be upside down and be the person that's paying stuff out. So just make sure that such a rookie mistake this past week is just not getting proofs approved. And
well, to be fair, you tried to give him one.
Yeah, both of them, but I still push forward anyways because they're like, we got to have it now. When's it gonna be ready? When's it gonna be ready? Hey, I'm gonna send a proof over to you. No, you don't need to send a proof. You don't need to send a proof. Are you sure? Yeah, I trust you. And in my
Mistake.
mind, I'm like, come on, you want a proof? No, just go ahead. We need it now. Well, move forward with that, and they're like, okay, man, we needed my phone number on there because if it's just so-and-so's phone number, the business is going to go to just him. And I'm like, that's why I offered a proof and you declined it. And if really...
And that's so nice. We just ate the loss.
Yeah, he's going to bring us more business. And, I don't want to be that kind of business where it's like, oh, well, you told me not to send a proof in, so pay up for something that you can't use. If we're not making anything off of it, then it is what it is, and it's a lesson learned. So no more of that crap, for sure. And then another order that was something else that. I think what a lot of it comes down to is kind of accepting the fact that they're like, rather than sticking to our standards and just being and being overwhelmed with work and wanting to get things done, has actually caused more work. And so we're working on getting some help around here so that way we can make better decisions rather than rushed mistakes, so to speak. Wouldn't you say, Shannon?
I would.
Are you looking at your all right, I'm gonna go through here and see.
No, I'm looking through this. Like, nothing. There's been no more questions.
Where was it? I thought I saw something. Do you guys something or another? That might have been the. Okay, yeah. Jurassic Prints. We use Printavo. How's that working out for you, Jurassic? Let us know. What about Inksoft? Inksoft is, I think Inksoft's more like kind of a smaller, scaled down version of custom ink. Like, we don't really need someone to come on. I don't know. That might actually be something worth looking into. Shannon, you know about Inksoft, don't you?
Not particularly.
Okay, so you know how you go over to like customink.com and someone's able to design their own little thing and then choose their color and style of shirt and then submit it and purchase it. Well, Inksoft is like that, towards where they can go and design their own shirt, but you can plug it into your own website. And it's a subscription thing. It's another one of those subscription things where you pay a couple $100 for it, whether it works or not. Kind of like web.com.
Actually, if I had time today, I was planning on canceling that today, but I didn't get around to it because I was
maybe we could give Inksoft a shot.
Maybe, but I don't know. Yeah. I'd rather just save some money right now. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be good. We're probably not going to be able to, we're making money. However, I feel like at this point we're getting we're at the point where we're too busy for like we got more than we can handle. We're kind of overwhelmed.
Well,
A little
a lot
bit.
of that has to again though do with weather and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We will.
Anyhow.
I mean, I was looking at our stuff, like compare, like the graphs compared to last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, February was a huge jump, but we were really just last year. We were just sitting on our butts, doing nothing.
Last year, no. Last year
During the slow season.
You mean like in February?
Yeah.
Yeah, up until about April.
But then, but then October, which for some reason is like this anomaly month that has always been like one of the busiest months.
I've gone I couldn't find the charts thing anymore in PayPal. I've been looking at that.
I'll show you.
No, I know where it's at. Like the tab was gone. Anyhow, let's see what else do we got here. So Madison Smith says just go with Printavo until Cam software comes out.
Levite says Inksoft sucks.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of companies use it, and it just kind of like, I don't know. It's not. I'm not gonna. I'd like to say I'm not gonna diss on it, but the flip side of that coin, I don't think it's worth it. I've thought about it. I just thought about it a second ago, and the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah. So Madison Smith says just go with Printavo until Cam software comes out. I don't know, Madison. That's just playing with my emotions. I like to commit to one relationship.
You are so full of shit. Okay, so
says the shop gnome. Anyhow, no.
What does that mean?
I think that I think we'll give that a try. Shannon really wasn't involved when I was using Printavo.
I was still job hunting, I think.
You were a little bit involved. Like the thought was there and the wheels were turning. So, anyways, yeah, I think that's what we're going to end up doing, Madison. Or can I say Maddie? Try Airtable. Thanks, CT Apparel. We'll have to take a look at that. Uproar saying at Jurassic Prints screen printing. Do you have any pros and cons of Printavo? Kevin Bays, I've been waiting for Cam too. Yeah. You know what? I at one point I had even thought about hiring someone to develop software for us, and that was actually last year. I just wonder if ours would have been finished before his. And it wasn't to knock Cam off, it's because I wanted my own thing, something I could design. Let's see.
It's about time.
Yeah. We're about to get out of here, but I'm gonna read the rest of these off. Okay, one at a time. Okay, cool, because I want to start providing that too, says Mark Guerrero.
Oh, yeah. Madison was also asking about, is there a sister facility that we'd recommend? We went local, actually, because sometimes we'll include an order that needs to be embroidered or something like that with another order just so everything qualifies for free shipping and we can't like just send them all our shit. So we went local because it's easier for pickup and stuff like that. But
fourover.com is where we do the non decorated apparel stuff like banners and business cards and all that. So I just messaged you that.
Let's Mrs. Williams from earlier. She wanted to know if you could put a list down of like all those inks and stuff you were describing, like somewhere.
Yeah, I sure can.
Oh, and there's a final
I tell you what, we'll put something together. Email me. We've gone back and forth before. Just send me an email just to remind me. We're kind of playing catch up right now, and
kind of.
No, we're definitely playing catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're playing mustard. However, we can put that together for you. Like all the stuff that we would recommend or have had good experiences with.
Maybe we should be putting that in the affiliate links.
They are. The thing about that is, I mean, there's not a whole lot of brands of screen printing inks that are available on Amazon.
Okay.
What's available on Amazon is Ecotex. Never used them. I just don't like recommending stuff that I'm not familiar with or that I don't feel is something that if I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to recommend it to you guys. So,
all right, there was one question I know.
Later, Mark.
Bye, Mark. There's one question I know we missed. Something to do with vinyl, because someone else asked about vinyl and I forgot. And I can't move my thing. I can't make it go up. Okay, there it is. Wait, here we go. I don't know.
You got it?
Let's see.
Yes, Jurassic is saying, or paying 3 times the developers. You know, I had actually put up a submission for a bid for someone to do a management software that could go on our website using WordPress, and they gave us it was right about where I expected it as a team. It wasn't just like a single developer. I don't know what Cam has going on exactly, how many people are working on it, so I don't know.
I found it.
You found it?
I did. Levite apparel. See, I got it right that time. What's your idea of a vinyl line start? I just started doing it and I like it.
Repeat that? Oh.
What's your idea of a vinyl line start? I started doing it and I like it.
A vinyl line start?
Like a vinyl line, maybe. Like, you know, line of... I don't know.
Like a clothing line?
Maybe. Levi, you let us, if we could get a little bit more, like, description in that.
Sorry, I'm not quite understanding the question. He's asking if we do vinyl.
Will you do vinyl? We do
vinyl. Yeah, I mean we do vinyl. We have a plotter in here. We do decals. We've done trailers. We've done vehicles. And he, you know, shirts. We've done quite a bit of shirts. I mean, that's what really we got the plotter for, is to do simple 1 or 2 offs for like our lower quantities under 12. Instead of screen printing it, you know, we'll suggest keeping it to 1 or 2 colors. We'll design something up and then we'll cut and plot it out, and we really enjoy doing that. The HTV stuff, it's
my gosh,
fun.
he hands me a stack of them.
Yeah.
I put on like a movie or, you know, an anime or something like that, and I just go rip 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 ching, rip 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 ching, rip 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 rip
So
ching.
Shannon gets to take a little bit of a break from answering emails and phone calls and gets to weed and watch
TV and basically watch my cartoons.
Yeah. So we've done quite a bit of vinyl stuff. Anything we can run through that plotter and make money off of, we're going to do it.
Oh, he's saying like a clothing line. Actually, though, we haven't started one of our own, but one of our...
Not for ourselves, yeah.
Yeah, but one of our clients, though, she wants everything printed on Lycra. And...
we did some samples.
Yeah, we did some samples for it, and she felt... And we just decided to do HTV because they're exercise clothes, and you can't get that on even a sleeve palette.
Yeah, so she had these things made in Colombia, like her samples, and they're Lycra. And the issue with Lycra, they're white, so that made it a little easier, and she just wanted it black. But the issue, not only were these sleeves like this thin, and I couldn't put it over the palette. Even if I were to stretch it over the palette, that's not good. You don't want to stretch. Because then after you pull it off the pallet, your image will be distorted. So we ended up doing it in vinyl, and she absolutely loved it. The people that did it in Columbia that screen printed it, they didn't put any stretch additive into it, and so when it stretched, it just cracked. She wasn't very happy with it, so she was happy with the HTV.
Yeah, she was like showing her husband. Apparently, she's like, "Look, see, it's so smooth, it's delicate."
It definitely was delicate.
Okay, Jason. Yes, I am aware of it. I love it, except for the fact that it has so many commercials in it. Honestly,
what is it?
Hulu though. Hulu has the biggest selection of anime I have ever seen in my life. I used to have an account.
They do.
Canceled it because I'm 32 years old and I need to learn to adult and pay for my own TV accounts.
She tried turning me on to all that anime stuff, and I watched it and entertained it, and I enjoyed it. Actually, I enjoyed it. I don't know. Like I was telling Shannon, I was like, I don't like getting too involved in stuff. Although I will say, like, Chef Ramsay has been our one like indulgent that we both get involved in and enjoy watching.
Well, that's just because. Okay, it's reality television. It is the ultimate thing you just shut your brain off for. And after, like, our 14, 16-hour days, we just trudge into the front of the TV, lean back and go, okay, we're just going to watch somebody yell at somebody. We're just not going to think.
I want to see somebody else bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyhow. Stahl's premium is really nice. Stretches perfectly. Stahl's is pretty cool. Before I had got a vinyl cutter, used to get all my stuff from Stahl's while I had a heat press. During my rough times, when all this stuff was going on, I had a really nice heat press. However, I had to sell it because I was about to go belly up, and I eventually ended up getting a part-time job, but here we are now. And we're still working with the $150 heat press and making it work.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad heat press. I would say that the $150 heat press that I got versus the Swingman that I had, that thing was like $800. The one cool thing about Swingman, it swung out the way, and it wasn't like the clamshell, Shannon. You lifted the handle up and the whole thing came up like this, and you could heat press things that are up to 2 inches thick. So that was pretty cool, but it did not have a timer on it. I thought that was the weirdest, and it just had a gauge on it, like a dial knob. It didn't have a temperature you could set. So to me, that was kind of weird. Like, made in USA, no timer, analog dial for the heat. It was a great heat press, but I had to count that crap out in my head.
Screen Princess, I have a feeling you and I would really get along very well in real life.
Why? What'd she say?
She's talking about other anime channels.
Crunchyroll and Four Loko time.
Just watch. One day these days, Matt's going to have to make a video when I drag him to one of my conventions.
Well, that ain't going up on the channel. We'll put that on Shanny's anime channel. Shanny Anime channel. Can we do that?
No, if you title it like that.
Whatever.
Anyways,
Dorcas.
Grizzly says he makes t-shirts with his Foreman grill. Jason makes steak with his heat press. All right, guys. Oh, Jason, Eddie wants to know my favorite anime.
I make
Bleach.
Bleach
Bleach is my favorite anime in the entire world. I get excited about it.
Bleach. Hashtag Avi. Hashtag Avi. There's a joke that goes around. Shannon's brother apparently said hashtag Avi. And
well, he was trying to convince my dad to take care of the dog for a weekend. And
so you're leaving the dog here?
And Dad and Colin was like talking about something. He's like, "Hey, I have to drop some stuff off. I'm bringing the dog with me. So you're leaving the dog here?" Hashtag Avi. That's the only text message he got back, and my dad just wanted to smack him. And so now every time I say something kind of obvious, Matt just goes, hashtag Avi.
Jason, I think you know what a mistake is. Did you say steak? What was that from? It was like
I don't know, baby. We gotta go.
All right, we got to get out of here. We got
It's 8:20.
It is 8:20. Yeah.
We never make this an hour.
And it's yeah, we never do. We never do. Jason, I think you might know what movie I'm talking about. Might be Mel Gigolo, Ace Bigelow, Mel Gigolo, or whatever it's called. Anyhow, Shannon, I do believe I saw something over there aside from
Deuce Bigelow, not Ace Bigelow.
What? You know how
Anyways,
big of a fan I am of him?
I regret.
Aside from...
Oh my God, we just opened up another door. I regret saying something.
Anyhow. So, Shannon's prepared a little something for y'all.
I have?
It's a poetry reading.
I have?
And she's going to get in front of the camera.
I'm not.
Cue the background music. Like birds chirping. Anyways, no, you don't have a joke or anything that you want to leave with Shannon?
No, well, I don't have a joke because, hi, Liberty, you're the reason I'm not doing a joke right now.
Oh, hey, Liberty, I told...
yeah, he told me how you didn't think my jokes were funny.
No, that's not what I said. I told... Liberty said that at first he'd hear it and he didn't think it was funny, and then later he would be cracking up. That's what I told you. And then he did the pirate joke, which I thought was hilarious, and Shannon laughed about it as well.
Yes, well...
At first she didn't think it's funny, and then she laughed about it later.
I see what you did there. Well, I don't have a joke for tonight, but I have a fun fact.
Is it a factoid?
Oh, actually, do you have a black pen?
Yeah, it's my black pen's over here. It's over that way.
Oops.
Does it need to be black in particular, or could it be blue?
It does.
Why? What are you doing?
This is my joke.
This is why Shannon needs her own camera. I'm gonna start a what is that? A GoFundMe for a camera for Shannon. Not that we need a GoFundMe. Maybe
this
just.
My joke.
Okay, do I need to show this to them? Which way do I hold it up?
Like that.
Like this? So what if I turned it this way?
No!
So, jeez. Anyways, Miss Bossy Pants over here.
It's my joke.
Here's her joke, everybody.
What do you call that? A polar bear in a snowstorm. Okay, to be fair, I did mess that up.
What?
It's a polar bear in a snowstorm.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, is it in between the 3 dots? But that would be, yeah.
It's a polar bear in a snowstorm.
Wait, hold on.
Don't
Anyways.
Okay.
That was a Bermuda Triangle there for a second.
Nope, it's a polar bear in a snowstorm. Okay, and my fun fact for the day. In Japan, if a sumo wrestler makes your baby cry, it's considered good luck.
I don't know how I feel about that. That is a fun. Would you say that was a fun fact, or was that the joke?
That's a fun fact.
Fun fact. Sumo wrestlers making babies cry. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Screen Princess, it's all in the feet, I think.
It's all in the feet.
She wants to know the difference between a gnome and a troll.
The difference between a gnome and a troll is I'd say that like Shannon, for instance, being the shop gnome, the shop gnome here drinks all the booze out of the fridge, eats all the food.
I don't eat all the food. You eat all the food. I look down and I look down, my plate's empty, and he's just like, oh, nom, 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 nom.
Okay, her name's being changed. It's Shop Troll. Shop Troll. She can be a little bit of both.
I don't want to be a troll.
See,
I want to be a fairy.
See that's a troll right there.
Elf.
She's trolling. Anyhow.
Not. Anyways, let's go. Oh my God, it's so late. We still have that job.
So we're gonna get out of here. We got we literally have some more work to do, and then we got to figure out what we're gonna do about eating. Yeah, good times catching up. Anyways, it's been fun, guys. As always, don't forget that we are an official rep for Catspit Productions. So use our promo code if you guys are in the market for screen printing supplies or equipment. If you need the hookup on some Adobe, Photoshop, or Illustrator software, use our link down in our description. All that will help support our channel and everything. So we're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Love you. Hearts.
See you guys later.
Peace out.
Bye, guys.